Hi, welcome. So today's pick a card reading, or this is not a pick a card reading, this is a rune reading. I was so used to pick a card reading, and I'm quite nervous because I haven't tried runes before, and this is the first time that I'm gonna be reading the runes on camera. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this. I'm gonna treat this like a challenge for me because I want to make sure that, oh shit, hopefully I still remember. Like I said, I'm gonna treat this as a game for myself because I'm gonna try my best not to look at the guidebook. If ever I'm gonna be looking at the guidebook, that's gonna be considered as a defeat for me. So this reading is all about messages that your subconscious mind already knows. So it's something like a hidden thing that you are not really aware of. This reading is not just limited for love. This can be in any area of your life. So I'm gonna try my best to make the messages pretty flexible in here so it can apply for anyone. So yeah. So let's get started now for group number 1. By the way, I'm gonna be using reversals, so yeah. So for those who chose, okay, I was about to say, so for those who chose pile number 1, so I'm so used to pick a card readings, but what is this? Group 1. So this is a rune reading, and you are going to know what your subconscious knows that you are not aware of. And this could be anything. This doesn't have to be just love, although I'm gonna try my best to not be super specific in here. If I feel compelled or inclined to say a specific scenario in here or theme, I'm gonna be mentioning that. So, by the way, I'm gonna be doing reversals as well. Okay, so you got mouse in reverse. That sounds so bad. It sounds like mouse, but mouse. You also got Jero. How Gaulos. I hope I don't remember the pronunciation of this one, but I tend to read it like Hagalas. You also got Petro, and it's an upright. Ingwaus in reverse. Let me just put it in here. And okay, this is Suilo in reverse. So what does your subconscious wants you to know? Let me just figure this out. You guys might be feeling down about something right now. Okay, I'm not gonna be mentioning if this is love, if this is career, or what you are feeling down about right now. You feel like you're losing hope about it. Like you feel like there's no way that it's gonna work out. There's no way that it's possible to happen. Something along those lines. You have this pessimism about you at this point of time that your subconscious mind is advising you to change because you're definitely not seeing things clearly as it should be, because you got Maunaus in here, which is collective consciousness, which I relate to the Hervin as well. Like, I understand if something is being hidden to you because you got Petro in here. Something is not. Yeah, you got Soilo in here and Petro, which is an indicator to me that something is not being revealed to you. And you're having a hard time to. Your judgment is being clouded in some ways in here. And I feel like your subconscious mind is telling you to Even if you don't know the answer, even if you don't know how it will turn out to be, they just want you to have a much more positive outlook in this situation, whatever that is putting you down right now. I feel like you do have, this might be a little bit harsh, but your subconscious mind is telling you that you do have immature tendencies, that, you tend to be, I don't want to say mentally emotional, but mentally immature. But there's something about, it's either mentally or emotionally immature, and there's some sort of healing that needs to take place in that regard. You know, okay, whatever this may be, for some of you, you might be thinking like nothing is happening. Your subconscious wants you to know that something is improving, something is coming into fruition in here, but it may be slow. For some of you, you might be experiencing some sort of terror moment, and you should know that this is a blessing in disguise. I know it's hard to accept that terror moments are a blessing in disguise, but your subconscious mind is telling you to trust the terror moment. I feel like this tower moment is happening because something within you needs to be healed. Because perhaps it's something that you don't really pay attention to so much, or you're pretty complacent about it. And I feel like this is more about your mental processes, your mindset about something, whether it's love, whether it's your career, or whatever the case may be. Because again, you do have the tendency to be pessimistic, and your subconscious mind is telling you that this tower moment needs to take place because the universe wants you to learn how to see things from a much more higher and broader perspective. Like, you may have a very mature outlook in other things, but it's possible that there's one area in your life that you're not mature enough. Maybe you're really good with your material world, but you're not really good with love. That's the thing. So I feel like the universe is just giving you some little slaps in here. I don't know why, but this could be different for people, but for some of you, you might be at a younger age, or again, you might just be kind of immature in this area that you're asked or that you are dealing with, or you might not be established in. That sounds weird, but there's something about not being established in here. There's something about not completely grown in some ways. I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe that's for some of you. I also feel like your subconscious wants you to know that you tend to focus on the lack than what you are gaining. Yeah. Just basing off with this, like, you tend to focus on the negative stuff. If you're doubting something, if you're not sure about something, your subconscious is trying to confirm to you that something is changing, something is growing, whatever you're overthinking about right now. I'm also getting this energy that you guys can be quite timid, or maybe not timid. Maybe some of you are just very fixed, or what is that? There's something about you that hates change. You may be a fixed sign. And I feel like the universe is doing this on purpose to kind of like destroy you and then rebuild you to a much more better version of yourself. You guys are also kind of like the type of people to be like, why are these horrible things always happening to me? Like, you always think that there's nothing positive in your life. You tend to kind of like, for some of you, you might be starting to hate the universe for giving you a lot of tower moments or a lot of bullshit in your life because something just doesn't seem to work out. I can actually relate to this, to be honest. Um, so let me just get one more, what is this? Rune in here, and then I'm gonna be ending the reading because I'm just making this as a short reading. Oh, you got 2 runes in here. You got Olgis and Gabo. By the way, Olgis is in reverse. Gabo is in upright. Huh. For some of you, okay, this is not for all of you. You might be problematic about your relationship with someone, whether it's platonic or it's romantic. Although I'm feeling like this is more romantic in here. And for some reason, I'm getting like this message of this is for a small amount of you. Your subconscious mind is telling you don't move on. If this is a relationship that you're asking, don't move on. Because you're not seeing the full picture. Your subconscious mind is also advising you to not make rash decisions just because you think that that's how it is. Again, your judgment is very clouded. You're not seeing things for what it is. That's why they want you to take it slow. They don't want you, for a small amount of you, to not move on from whatever this is. If this is not a relationship, if this is something else that you really love doing, they're wanting you to not give up on it. Keep going. So that's what I'm seeing for group number 1. Hopefully this resonates. I really hope so. And that'll be all. So for group number 2, so this is your rune reading. So what does your subconscious mind want you to know that your subconscious mind is aware of? So I'm going to be using reversals as well. Okay, so you got Logus in reverse. You also got AWOWs in reverse. TWOWs in reverse. MAUNOWs in reverse. Is it upright or reverse? Is it upright or reverse? You got in reverse, so this is Turisaos in reverse. You got a lot of reversed rune in here, and then you got Naudis upright. Okay, let me just arrange this. Okay, I don't want to be specific. This could be anything in your life, but this could be something related to love. But when I saw this, which is TWOWs, the first thing that came into my mind is that you gave up on something. You gave up on something without reflecting on it. You gave up on something without... It's kind of like similar to pile number 1, but this is more of... You gave up on something because... How should I explain it? Your way of thinking in here... Okay. I'm kind of like guessing if this is something that you have been doing right now, or if this is an advice from your subconscious. Let me just clarify. So you got Suilo, in reverse, which appeared in pile number 1. Okay, now I understand it. This is not an advice. This is something that you are currently doing right now. Because what I'm getting in here, again, there is something in your life that you gave up on. And this is something that you really want. Most probably, this is something that you really, for some of you, you really want to commit to. This is something. Perhaps in the past, you may have been fighting for this for a very long time. Like you have been trying to make things work out, to, for things to be balanced in here, for things to be fair. You're just making tons of effort, whatever this may be. And when things didn't went in your way, you're like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. You because this is the only rune that you have in upright, and this is nowadays. Nowadays, I relate nowadays to the 9 of Wands, this is all about caution, conflict, and resistance. So there's something about you resisting your feelings. That's why I said that this could be related to love. Now, again, it doesn't have to be just, take what resonates, but I feel like your subconscious mind is basically telling in here that you are controlling how you feel. You're not letting your true feelings flow naturally in here. Or if this is not feelings, you're not letting something flow naturally in here due to your resistance. But I don't feel like you're coming from a bad place, because this only happened because you're not getting an equal given. Like there's something about you giving and not maybe giving, or maybe you not receiving back, or maybe you are working so hard about something and you're not gaining any recognition from it. You fought so hard for this, but at the end of the day, you still saw yourself as a defeated human being. In the past, there was a lot of strength. There was a lot of persistence and, you wanting to go for it. But again, let's go back to what I'm saying earlier, that your subconscious mind is telling you that you gave up on something without having a second thought about it, or without thinking too much about it, or without being too logical about it. I don't know, there's something about making a rash decision in here of giving up, dropping something. It's almost like your subconscious mind is telling you that you made a wrong decision in here of doing that. You should have reflected upon this from a much more higher perspective, kind of like similar to pile number 1, but you never did. And by the way, if you feel attacked or you feel like you're being blamed about the situation, I guess, again, this is your subconscious. Your subconscious is pretty, usually our subconscious mind doesn't have any filter. Okay, I'm getting like 2 scenarios in here. Because if this is not something like where you gave up on something or someone, sorry for the background noise. Here we go again. So if you're not resonating with, if you're not resonating with scenario number 1, this is scenario number 2. And it's so funny because I think this is like 3 scenarios in here. But for scenario number 2, it's possible that you guys are very fearful of taking action towards something or towards someone, whatever the case may be. it's almost like you don't have the balls, you don't have the guts to do it, because you don't see things clearly in here. You're not sure about something. So you're like, if I'm not sure about something, why would I take a risk on it? Like, why would I put myself to harm, or why would I let myself hurt in the situation? And yeah, there there's a you are very guarded towards something, very protective of yourself, and you don't really want to go with the flow. You're very stubborn. Like, your intuition, it's either your feelings or your intuition is telling you something, but you're refusing to listen to it. And by the way, for some of you, since I relate now these to the Nine of Wands, you may have been hurt in the past, and or you may have made a mistake in the past, and you kind of like see that this situation is repeating itself in the present. That's why you don't want to repeat whatever happened in the past anymore. That's why you're very guarded. That's why you're not letting how you feel, or you're not letting your intuition interfere with your logical mind, with your decisions. You're just kind of like just surrendering to the divine, where if it's meant to happen, it is gonna happen. It's almost like your subconscious mind is telling you that you're not listening. Your subconscious mind is telling you that you're becoming, okay, this might be harsh again, but I'm not gonna filter myself because that's not my thing. Your subconscious mind is telling you that whatever decision that you have, oh gosh, it's annoying. It keeps on, even yesterday, it just keeps on doing that, like the background noise. But like, whatever you're doing right now, if you are refusing to take action towards something or someone, your subconscious mind is telling you that you're too selfish. Now, you have your own reasons as to why you can't take an action, but your subconscious mind is telling you that you're selfish. Your subconscious mind is also telling you that you're not letting yourself be happy. Like, whatever you are fighting against, or you're not letting yourself be tempted to, whether it's material stuff or love, I feel like the more you do that, the more you're letting happiness slip from your own hands. And also, your subconscious mind is telling you that you're too judgmental of the situation. Just because the past did you that, did you this, doesn't mean that the present is going to do the same thing. Especially if it's two different situations that just has the same, kind of like similar context to it. It doesn't mean that it's going to repeat itself. Your subconscious mind is also telling you that if you feel like what you're thinking right now, if you feel like your judgment towards the situation right now is correct, is, coming from your logical mind, your subconscious mind is telling you that not everything from your mental processes is right. Most of it are egotistical. And I feel like your subconscious mind, there's something about you there's something about you that's kind of like, oh, this is the right decision to take right now. I know this is the right thing because this happened and that happened, and this is the most practical way to go, blah blah, whatever the case may be. Your subconscious mind is telling you that it's not coming from a place of what is that? It's kind of like a shallow perspective of yours. So I'm just gonna get a few more runes in here just to see what your subconscious mind is really, for scenario number 1 and scenario number 2, what your subconscious mind really wants to, the most necessary thing that you need to know. Okay, so you got how gaulos. This keeps on popping up. This pop up in pile number 1. You also got gebo, upright, or gabo, not gebo, gabo, and ounces. So yeah, whether you are scenario number 1 or scenario number 2. By the way, if you're scenario number 1 first, I feel like your subconscious mind is kind of like advising you to think twice with your decision. And if you're scenario number 2, your subconscious mind is telling you that there's need to be some sort of change when it comes to your ways, your perspective, your action. You need to be more giving. You need to let yourself be more open because you're very stubborn. You're very closed off. I don't know why, but I heard this. It's kind of funny, but your subconscious mind is kind of like telling you to think from the heart, which is kind of ironic. But yeah, that's something like maybe you need to listen to your heart more because maybe this is something related to the heart, or this is like a heart matter kind of thing in here, and you need to listen to your heart. So hopefully this resonates. I hope it does, and that will be all. So for those who chose group number 3, group number 3, so this is a rune reading, and what does your subconscious mind wants you to know that you are not aware of. So I'm going to be also including reversals. This is so strange because this rune always keeps popping up in pile number 1, pile number 2, and now pile number 3. You got Malnaus. You also got Jerao. You got this is the reverse. Iwaus. Am I right? Yeah, it's the reverse. You also got Wunjo. Okay, is this upright or reverse? Okay, it's upright. So you got Fei Hu. And you also got Soilo in reverse. So let me just arrange this. So what do you need to know? I don't know why, but the first thing that came into my mind in here is that you guys are not happy about something, even though something is going very well for you. Because you got Soilo in here and Wunjo. Both of these runes in here are indicating about happiness, harmony, something about that. Or Soilo is usually like hope and wholeness, but I indicate this to the sun in tarot. So there's something about kind of like similar to pile number 1 where you're quite pessimistic, but the only difference in here is that things are going well for you. This could be related to your material world, but again, it doesn't have to be anything specific in here. This could be any situation in your life, but it seems that you're not satisfied. Your subconscious mind is telling you that something is growing, something is, I don't want to say successful, but there's something about success in here. Whether it's a small success or a big success, it is still considered success. Your subconscious mind is telling you. And you just need to consider that. You just need to recognize that. And your subconscious mind is telling you that How can you appreciate big success if you can't even recognize small success? And your subconscious mind wants you to learn, wants you to see that the value of small success. I feel like you have been very, very patient about this. You have been working so hard about this. You're not giving up on it. I'm not seeing that. And I feel like your subconscious mind is telling you that it's coming. It's there. It's not gonna go anywhere. Like, especially if you're worried that it's not gonna happen, that it's not gonna be successful. It is already there. But it's not that obvious just yet, because it's possible that it's just a small success in here, or you're just too you may have high standards about yourself, or you may have high standards towards something that you're working on, and you need to change that. You guys might also have the tendency to be a perfectionist in here. Like, even if you're really doing well, you're like, oh, this is not enough. I can relate to this as well. But, your subconscious mind is kind of like applauding you for being so persistent, being so, just being so hardworking. If this is something related to the material world, or even if it's not the material world, if this is something about regarding love, your subconscious mind is still kind of like applauding for you for, not giving up. Although I feel like this is really in the material world. Again, it could be anything. Your subconscious mind is also telling you that things are going in your favor right now. You're definitely on the right track. Yeah, with Maunos in here, which I relate to the Hierophant, you definitely have unrealistic expectations about something. And, that makes it harder for you to appreciate what you have right now. I feel like there's something about you gaining knowledge in here. There's something about your conscience, or there's something about your perspective that's broadening in here. And you should also know that. I guess this is also another indicator for you growing spiritually. You growing mentally. I think this is more, like understanding things from a much more deeper, if you tend to see things from on the surface level only, it's kind of like, this is something about, maybe at times you may be thinking like you're too fickle-minded, or you're just too, I don't know why I'm getting this. For some of you, you guys might be the type of person to easily get mad about something, like how should I explain it? For example, something happens in your life, and before even reflecting on it, you're like, oh, I hate my life. This is the most, worst thing ever happening in my life. Like, I don't want to live anymore. There's something about that. And I'm kind of like seeing in here that your subconscious mind is telling you that you're definitely evolving, you're ascending. Whether you notice this or not, now you see things from a much more, you always think that there's a reason for why things happen. You know what I'm saying? That maybe, in the past, you may be reacting in a very impulsive and aggressive way, but now you tend to react to things in a much more understanding and compassionate way. I really feel like, comparing to the other groups in here, your subconscious mind is really proud of you for growing so much. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, there's a lot of improvement, but you're not seeing it. Even in material world, in your material stuff. Your subconscious mind is telling you that you are meant for success. And this is not from a sugar coating place. I do see that with a lot of runes in here indicating success. You got this, this, and this. I don't know why your subconscious mind is really pointing this out to you. Maybe you're a complete different person in the past, and now a lot of things have changed. But let me see anything else. I think that's all for your reading though. It's pretty straightforward. So you're doing great. Something is definitely coming into fruition in here. You just have to have that more patience within yourself. So hopefully this resonates, and that'll be all. So for those who chose pile number, or not pile, group number 4, so it's a rune reading, and what does your subconscious mind wants you to know that you're not aware of. So I'm going to be using reversals as well. So you got Awaus, Ounces. Oh, this is a blank one. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of... Let me just skip that. Because I don't know the other runes, I might end up ruining your group. So you got Kinaus, and it's in reverse. You also got Logus in reverse. Raido. You also got Naudis in reverse. And Olgis upright. So what is this all about? Let me just fix your runes in here. I feel like what your subconscious wants you to know right now is that, by the way, this is a general reading, so it doesn't have to be just related to one thing. This could be anything. But with your reading, I feel like this is more about a relationship in here, a connection, like a love connection, or maybe this is just also friendship, or whatever the case may be. This is something related to relationships for most of you. For some of you, it could be a different thing, but I feel like your subconscious mind wants you to know that it's time to move on. It's time to pack your things and start a new chapter in your life. If you're looking for a sign, this is your sign. This is your confirmation. Because I feel like your subconscious mind is telling you that there is no use to giving and giving in this situation. I feel like your subconscious mind wants you to take a different path in here. Because you got Raido in here and Ounces. So there's something about your subconscious mind is telling you that you know what to do. The next thing that you need to do right now is to take an action. You may have already created a decision. Like for some of you, you may have already decided about something, and your subconscious mind is kind of like telling you that it's a signal for you, it's a go signal for you to just go for it. Maybe you guys are, I'm getting goosebumps, but okay, I cannot even talk. But you may be in a situation right now where you're not really getting what you deserve. Okay, you're not getting the equality that you need. and things are not really balanced in this situation. If this is a relationship, there's no reciprocation. There's no, for some of you, there's no love for some reason. I'm kind of like getting that there's no emotions really. But whatever this is, your subconscious mind is telling you that it is not worth fighting for. And you just have to realize that. I mean, I think you already know what to do with Aunsus in here, which is the Hermit for me. You already know what's beneficial for you. But it's just the fact that you still need a little bit of push in here, a little bit of illumination in order for you to start walking away and shut the door and open a new door for yourself. Because you guys might have this perception that you really need this situation. You really need this person, if this is a person. You think that this is a necessity for you. What you don't realize is that you own that power within yourself. You don't need to depend your power. You don't need to depend yourself on other people for your own happiness. Or if you think that this is your strength, this is what's gonna make you so capable enough in your life, it's not. It's within you. It's not with this situation in here. You may have been quite dependent on this. And now your subconscious mind is telling you that this is not it. It's not worth it. It is not beneficial for your highest good. There's more things to come on the horizon for you. You can do this. Your subconscious mind is telling you you can be alone. You don't need this. I feel like your subconscious mind is also telling you that walking away from this situation is going to help you to, there's something about gaining maturity as you go off your own way for some reason. If you think that if you walk away from the situation and you feel like this is the end of the world for you, if you feel like this is gonna impact you big time, yes, it's gonna impact you, but in a positive way. Because you may have this perception that not having this in your life is gonna, you're not gonna rise up again, or you feel like you're never gonna find anything like this in the future. You will. Because, your subconscious mind is really encouraging you to walk away because you deserve much more than what you're getting from the situation. I feel like you're not really getting anything. That's why you need to really do something about it. Staying in this place will stunt your growth. Moving away from this place is gonna encourage you to become better. Because you're gonna bring all the lessons you've learned from the situation and apply it to the next chapter of your life. I feel like you tend to have a very strong grip when it comes to the situation. And I feel like the more you do that, it's putting you in a very dark place. I feel like you are in a dark place right now with this. Your subconscious mind is telling you that you will never see the light without trying to move past this. If you're like, oh, this is draining me a lot, I just want things to be, if you're craving for, if you just, what is that? There's something burdening about the situation, and if you really want to let go all of these burdens, if you really want to feel free, if you really want to feel happy, your only choice is to leave this behind. I don't know why I'm hearing for real. So it's almost like maybe you're asking for a sign, like, should I move on? Should I not? And it's almost like your subconscious mind is telling you, like, this is for real. Just move on. your subconscious mind is not even joking. I just want to know more, so you got T-Wows and Jedao. These runes keeps on popping up. Maybe because the runes is only consisting of 24 runes. So yeah, whenever I see this is indicating to me like giving up. You need to let go in order for things. Okay, here's the thing. Maybe your subconscious mind is also telling you to let go in order for things to fall into its own place, or fall into the right place, if that makes sense. In order for this connection, or not connection, in order for this situation to either develop or to completely fizzle out. This could be different for people, because for some of you it's like you really need to move on from this person because it's not worth it, and for others of you, you just need to let go of this person in order to give room for this. Why did I say person? Maybe this is really a person, or a situation, in order to give space for this situation to to grow, or because there's something stunted about this situation. Something is not fair. So in order for this to be fair, you need to let go. You need to let this situation do its own work. You don't need to do your work anymore. You have done a lot. So, just surrender and just do your own thing. So I hope that made sense. Hopefully this resonates though. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for your reading. And that'll be all.